Welcome to Sideline Savants, a fantasy football podcast dedicated to helping you set your lineups, navigate the waiver wire, prepare for bye weeks, strategically plan trades, and ultimately win your matchup. Do you have what it takes to become a sideline savant? I don't know if I have what it takes this week, man. It has been a rough fantasy football season already, and it is crazy to believe that here we are creeping up, just finished week 9 into week 10. Man, I'm sad and excited and nervous because I got to get some wins in me. And I am blessed again to have my right hand man, Mr. Shannon Smith, aka Podcast Smitty from the Boom Broadcasting Network. Welcome, Smitty. How was your weekend of fantasy, man?
You know, you've been talking about how it's been slim drum for you. I'm just going to be quiet.
Whew.
I'm just going to just be quiet because, you know, this guy is tied for first in our fantasy football pool. We're tied for first. I'm only in one league, you know. Sorry about that. I didn't expect to be on a fantasy football podcast. I'd have been in 5 of them if I would have been. I would have done that so I can feel your pain. But I'm in one and I'm thriving. But we still got time, so we don't know yet. We gonna see.
I got a few I'm doing all right in, but yes, it is very painful, and it has been a crazy season with injuries, and now we got some trades, and a lot going on here, and who's going up. I am notorious for allowing whoever I am facing to have the best weekend of their fantasy football lives. I score all kinds of points. I have a good showing, and I just happen to run against the wall. That is like, Jonathan Taylor, Colston Loveland, somebody who just drops 40 points and blows the doors off me. So it has been that kind of fantasy year for me. But you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm not that guy. I still set my lineups. I still come to play every day. If anything, if I don't make the playoffs, I at least want to spoil somebody from making the playoffs. So, guys, don't be that guy. Keep going, keep rocking, and don't give up to that final game. So, man, we're going to jump in here. We got a slam-packed show. I have some questions. I have some why questions. I have some who questions. Of course, we'll talk about our studs of the week. We have a lot of fun planned for. We got a little halftime show for you guys that we kind of threw together for you that we're going to have some fun with. So please make sure you stick around to the show for that. So when we get to halftime, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do something a little off the chain here. And then, of course, we get into our starts and sleeps. And our sleepers and starts and sits and sleepers and all that fun stuff here that we like to talk about, and we like to talk about our matchups. So without further ado, guys, again, get a second there, hit that like and subscribe button. Welcome to the Boom Broadcasting Network here on Sideline Savants, where we hope we can improve your fantasy football knowledge. If anything, we can sit here and talk a lot of trash about guys that we own on our apps. It's kind of weird to think of it that way, grown men cheering for grown men, but you know what? That's what we do because we love it. So I love fantasy football. It's a great time of year. So first things first, I have some questions for you, Smitty. My big questions are, first is why? I've been asking this question, why? All weekend. Why? I watching those games, Red Zone, shout out Scott Hansen. I love the Red Zone. It's the greatest TV show, 7 hours for football ever. I love it. So shout out there. But first things first, Smitty, I got a why question. Why in God's name was top draft pick QB Jaden Daniels left in the game during a blowout against Seattle, where in the fourth quarter he has this? I mean, this is even beyond horrific. You thought the Scatabo ankle crooked was bad, and Tank Dell with his leg flopping last year was bad. To see the way Jaden Daniels' arm and elbow, and it was gruesome to say the least. But Smitty, why? Why in the world was this man who just came off of an injury. Why was he left in the game?
Desperation would have to be what I would say. But even with that, it still doesn't make sense.
No.
I would. It was mismanagement. I mean, Dan Snyder must have came back and said, "I'm not done with you guys."
Ooh.
So it
Ooh.
was mismanagement all day long. That's all I can chunk it up to is mismanagement. There's nothing else but that.
That's no excuse. I mean, to me, I really believe that the coaching staff is lucky they had a good season last year. This has not
Yes.
been a good season for the Commanders this year. They had a magical run last year. They look like they've just turned a corner. They left the stain of Daniel Snyder behind and became an NFL team again. They've had a lot of injuries this year, just a lot of struggles. Which look, I get. Look, this is the NFL. People get hurt, but to leave your star quarterback, your future, in a game into the fourth quarter that is a complete blowout, and you're calling plays, which you can get hurt on every play in the NFL, but to call plays that can get him totally hurt, and it happened. How nobody got fired for this, I don't know, man. Why is there not more accountability for this? It seems very quiet in Commander's land for allowing this to happen.
You know what? I don't understand either. I mean, because the way that you felt like they were going to go off the momentum of last year. I think we all thought that, but apparently that was not the case. I
Right.
don't know why anybody was fired at all, but they should have been because I hate to be this person, but I got to bring this up, man. The mismanagement at RG3 when he was a rookie. He got mismanaged by this organization, and now what's happening to Jaden Daniels is I don't know what it is, man. It's just it I don't know. I mean, just mismanagement. It's some people got to stand up and say, "Hey, look, we did it. My bad. Sorry," and all that other stuff. At least somebody come out there and say, "It was me that did it. It was me that did it." But these people are not going to do that. They're going
Well,
to sit back here.
Dan Quinn took a little bit of culpability, but again,
But still, it wasn't
that's
enough.
no excuse.
No,
No excuse for doing
not
that.
at
This
all.
is not. Again, this is we are sideline coaches. We are behind, sitting on a couch on a TV, and we can make a better decision than a coach on the field, and that is super disheartening. And I feel
Oh,
bad. I live up here in northern VA near the DMV. Um, a lot of sad faces um, coming out of this weekend because they just had expectations. And I get it. A lot of injuries, wide receivers, running back, everybody is getting hurt because it's the NFL. That's the way it is. Um, but when you can mitigate your um, injuries and kind of preemptive strike and go, okay, let's pull this guy. He just came off an injury. He needs to sit. Third quarter, he should have never went out there. Should have sat down. And I don't
mm-hmm.
know what the Commanders slash Redskins need to do, but they need to get like a witch doctor or the voodoo lady or something to come out because they have the worst luck with quarterbacks and horrific injuries. I mean, going back to Joe Theismann,
As
Alex Smith,
yeah.
um, um, now you got Jaden Daniels,
Mm-hmm.
RG3. Like they got
It's
some
not
bad
good.
mojo. They got some
No.
bad mojo, dude. You need to do something quickly. Get someone in there, burn some incense, dude. You got to do something here quick.
But
Because if you are the quarterback, whew,
As a 49ers fan, anybody that gets hurt, I like all the mass injuries that people have. I have empathy but no sympathy because my squad is at least trying to thrive and go out there and still play, and they're still even with the injuries is next man up, and they're still trying to manage with what
right?
they're doing right now. And there was none of that with Washington at all. It's not been none of
No,
that this year.
no,
It all started this season when Scary Terry was like, "I want more money," and that's where the train just it just fell off. That was it. I
Right.
mean, and I hate to say that because it was cool seeing the Redskins actually, the Commanders actually do good things. It was actually pretty cool to see that. And then this year it was just like nothing happened. It was like, oh, last year didn't happen.
Right. No, I'm an NFC East guy, so I don't like seeing anybody thrive
I
other than
get
the
it.
New York Giants. But I'm just hating, so I gotta hate a little bit. But no, I think Shanahan, look, 49ers, Shanahan with a mash unit. I think he needs to be up there for coach of the year. I think CMC needs to get some votes for MVP. He's making Mac Jones look like a stud back there. Without Brock Purdy, you literally, you have a few wide receivers, but again,
Yep.
everybody's been hurt. So shout out 49ers for even being in the mix. But yeah, man, Commanders, dude, learn from history. This has happened before. You
Yes.
got to make some better personnel decisions, dude. Think
Absolutely.
of what can happen. Think 5 steps ahead, dude. It just crazy. My huge why coming out of the weekend. I got another why. I'm sitting there watching the Red Zone on Sunday. Again, shout out. Um, and I watched that Chicago Bears Cincinnati Bengals game. And I'm sitting here watching Joe Flacco just get younger every time he throws the football. It's just he found the fountain of youth. T. Higgins, Eaton, Chase, a little bit of an off game, but still, Bengals dropping points. But yet again, the Bengals defense is. I don't even think non-existent are the words I want to say. This is probably the worst defense I've seen in probably my lifetime, especially with as good as an offense. They would have made the playoffs last year. Joe Burrow would have been the MVP if the Bengals even had remotely even a middle of the pack defense. But why? Why is the Bengals defense so bad, and will this end up affecting offensive production?
Absolutely. I mean, this is what happens when you only pay three guys on your team. That's exactly what
Oh,
happens.
mm.
They paid Joe, they paid Jamar Chase, they paid T. Higgins, and no one else. That's the only three people that they paid. They paid Joe and his two buddies. That's it.
No
And
offensive
everybody else,
line, no
yeah.
defense.
And they threw everybody scraps. And this is what you get. And you know what? We've been talking about Zach Taylor probably gonna lose his job, for
Thank
this.
you.
He gonna lose his job. Like he's probably
Yes.
gonna be one of the ones. Him, it might be Daniel, and your boy in New York. They gonna lose their jobs.
Get him out.
They're getting they're getting fired. My man from Washington might get fired with what's going on now. He
Mm,
might be next.
mm.
So this was just once again mismanagement. I hate to say that word. I hate to be a broken record. I just repeat myself on this show. I don't know why in the world you bring me back. I just been repeating myself for like the past few weeks.
Because I
But
like to
show them the
repeat too.
picture. You ain't
So
gotta do
I
that
gotta
this time
I gotta
around.
repeat you too. So I mean I gotta throw you on there too. So we're,
But I
we're
mean,
both guilty, both of us.
yes, but it's mismanagement. I mean, this is terrible. It's kind of funny how Browning, with the exception of him, you plug a quarterback in, and pretty much he said, "I'm going to throw to T. Higgins or I'm going to throw to Jamar Chase, and everything's going to be fine." And then after that, you wonder why in the world you're in the trouble that you're in
Mm.
because the defense pretty much is like a dotted line. It's transparent. You can see through the whole defense. It's not hard. Hey, look, we're gonna run the ball. Hey, it's pretty much like the offense is gonna say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna run. Good luck." And then after that, they score. It's just it's horrible. I mean, that defense is terrible. That's like the worst defense that I've seen. I'm like you. That's the worst defense I've seen in my entire life.
I think the little Giants could score on the Bengals defense. That's how bad that freaking defense is. I think you could pull out like some Texas high school teams, them big
Yes.
old Macker high school teams. I think can score on that Bengals. It's horrible, and it's what's worse is it's bad enough that you could have won both of those games that you're dropping 30, 40 points. They lost against the Jets the week before. You think you would have learned something, try something different. hit the quarterback in the face, get 15 yards at least, maybe knock the guy out or something. Try.
Even worse,
Try.
even worse. The game winning play, the pass wasn't even thrown by a quarterback. That should do it right there.
And the
It wasn't
slowest
even.
guy on the team catches the
Yes,
ball and goes for 58 yards. The slowest guy
absolutely.
on the team, stumbling, bumbling,
Get out of
rumbling,
here.
and they couldn't
Go.
even trip him. Dude, fall in
Yes.
front of him, something.
Nothing.
He's a tight end. He's not hurdling anybody.
Right.
Oh my
Right.
god, it
Come
was
on, man.
terrible. And then of course the comments afterwards where the frustration from the offense was coming out. So you saw I don't know. I don't know. I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that locker room because there had to be some fisticuffs.
Had
So
to be.
for Chase Brown and
Yes.
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to be just uh, uh, not even under the bus, like they just totally just said, "Yo, our defense sucks," and
Right.
guys, thanks for losing us the game. You
Yes.
suck.
Oh yeah.
This is terrible. I don't even want you in our locker room. Like that to me is like you talk about like a poison pill to lose a locker room. Holy cow! Like, and they just kind of, Zach Taylor fluffs it off a little bit. Oh, he shouldn't have said
Yeah.
it, dude.
Nothing. Nothing. Don't
Two
do
weeks in a
nothing.
row, you could have had two wins. You could have back to back wins. You could be in the mix in the AFC North, especially with Baltimore was falling off there a little bit. It's only Pittsburgh up there, so I mean,
Right.
you could have been in the mix there. Joe Burrow could have been like rushing to come back, and got back and maybe made the playoffs. But man, what? Why? Why? Why?
Exactly.
Trip them. Throw a
Terrible.
Gatorade jug in front of me.
Something.
Someone come off the sideline
Didn't
and
even
and,
try.
and hit him. Nothing.
Didn't even try.
Terrible. They could have done the Mike Tomlin and tried to trip him and come off the sideline. Didn't even do that. I mean, come on.
You at least get a penalty.
Well, you stop them from going in.
Yes.
So I
Yeah,
mean, they're
you
not
would
going
get
to
a
give them the
penalty.
touchdown. So I mean, you could have
Yeah.
like, okay, the penalties from the spot. Like,
Right.
why? Why? All right. These questions all
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
I got a positive one. Let's
Okay.
jump in. I need some positivity because the
Go
first two
for
were a
it.
little negative there. Why is Sam Darnold playing so well in his third stop? You would think being left for dead coming out of New York, even smellier coming out of Carolina, and then goes to Minnesota, resurrects his career, has a great season, stumbles a little bit at the end, but you know what? He's never been there before. Like, how can you fault him? He's never been a winning quarterback. So, muscle memory. Sometimes you have to know how to win. And then here he goes to Seattle. You lose DK Metcalf. That offensive line is kind of trash. The defense, the 12th man, the last few years has been non-existent. But Sam Darnold is playing himself into the MVP conversation.
Do I really have to say it again? Mismanagement.
Do it.
The
Do it.
last three places mismanaged the guy. He went to the Jets. They had to put him in there. They were like,
Jets
here.
keep jetting.
That's it. They had to put him in there. They had to throw the poor guy in there. And he didn't get to learn. He didn't get developed. It was here. Go in. There you go. And once again, it's like we said last week. You wanted the guy to go in there and be a superhero, but you didn't ask him, could he fly? And there you have it. He hit the ground. Then he goes to Carolina. All the love in the world to the home team. But the coaching, mismanagement. That's what it was.
Right.
Then he goes to Minnesota. And he actually gets coached. He actually has a staff. He actually has people around him, personnel that will coach him.
Right.
And he has a capable offense. And I look at him like, how they looked at Brock Purdy. Oh, his weapons are what did it for him. He has the weapons, and there you go. And I felt that because I was one of those type of people like, oh, you don't say this to Sam Darnold. You don't say it to him. That's not cool. But then he goes to Seattle, and not saying that Seattle doesn't have the personnel that Minnesota does, because look at what Minnesota's doing right now. Look at what's happening with them. And everybody's wondering if Sam Darnold were there, would we be having the same problems? And
Hmm.
my answer
Hmm.
is no. I
Hmm.
don't think they would be. I think they would be better with Sam Darnold there because look what the hell he's doing in Seattle.
Right.
I mean, dude, Seattle. There were questions. There were a lot of questions. There were bad questions because when DK Metcalf went to Pittsburgh, it was like, oh,
Right.
will Seattle be this? Will they be this? And man, they're better. They're better. Man, Sam Darnold out there is picking and choosing who he throwing the ball to. It's insane. That man is a surgeon. He's slicing people up. He's carving defenses up, and it's like he was back in college.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
he's
and
playing
once again, that's what
impressive.
happens when you actually get managed. That's what
Right.
happens when you actually have coaching staff and people and personnel who are going to go out there and actually play, and that's what happens. So once again, mismanagement.
Yeah. He's having a phenomenal season. Again, playing in the MVP conversation right now. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Whew.
Just he's on track to have a 2,000-yard receiving season. He's got a little over 900 and something yards already, and they've only played nine games.
Yes.
Uh, so that in order to get that, someone's got to get you the ball.
Yes.
So Darnold's getting him the ball. The run game is doing pretty good. Walker, knock on wood, has been healthy. A little Charbonnet is doing well. Barner, the tight end, has been refreshing. Holton, you got some other guys stepping in there too. They did add another weapon. We'll talk about that here in a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
too, with the trade stuff. But yeah, Sam Darnold, why MVP conversation?
He could
Being
win it.
successful,
He could win it.
I love it. Crazy. Um, this is my last why. And again, I went against this guy this weekend. Another just phenomenal,
He went off.
phenomenal game. Um, even though his team stinks. But
Yes.
why did we ever doubt the beast that is Brock Bowers? His first game back, he had a monster game, tons of points. Fantasy owners rejoice. Brock Bowers is back. We kind of forgot about him, and then all of a sudden, boom. Why is he that good?
Again, you set this up for me
T-ball.
again.
Put the ball on the tee, and
Yes. Now, he didn't get mismanaged.
he's
His
just a
quarterback
stud.
got mismanaged.
Yeah.
Geno Smith, my cousin, got mismanaged because Geno started throwing the ball to the other team. He forgot what jersey he was wearing. And
Right.
that's kind of been the scenario here. It's just that, he's just throwing the ball to the other team. He's mismanaging himself. And it's not good. So when pretty much all else fails, go to the safety valve, which is, I think, what they should have been doing from the get go. I don't know what it was. I mean, Brock Bowers is one of those guys that demands double teams as a tight end, and that's kind of odd to say
Right.
for other tight ends because not every tight end is getting double teamed. But this
Right.
guy is. And I guess they decided, hey, we don't need to double team him. He's a non-factor.
Mm,
Wrong.
wrong.
Psych.
Mm,
Man's still there. He's still playing. So once again, his quarterback was mismanaged, not him.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, Brock Bowers. I was cooing over Tyler Warren because you weren't there, and I apologize, Mr. Bowers.
We all were.
Uh, thank you for torching me in a couple of my leagues this weekend, uh, dropping like 40 plus points. I know the Raiders aren't any good, but now that Bowers is there, yeah, that he is easily um, the best wide receiver stuck in a tight end's body I think I've ever seen. He is ridiculous. I think he has a chance to, like, if he can get a good quarterback and a good team around him, I think he has a chance to blow by Kelsey.
Oh yeah.
You talk about Tony Gonzalez, the pantheon of some of the great tight ends. He could be up there. This guy has monster talent, and the routes he runs, his footwork. He plays like a wide receiver, but he's just huge.
Yeah.
So Man, all right. Shout out Brock Bowers. I forgot you were there, man. Why? Why me? I forgot. I'm sorry. Well, that's enough of the whys. But we had a bunch of who's this weekend. So we're gonna get into who because you're sitting there watching again. Shout out Red Zone, watching Red Zone, and you see guys scoring touchdowns that you're like, I didn't have this guy on my bingo card. Um, but man, let's start off. Let's start with Kyle Manangai. I just like saying his name,
Oh yeah,
Manangai, because you got to say it deep, Manangai.
Manangai.
198 total yards,
Whew.
a little over 22 points for Chicago. Smitty, will this guy continue to impress?
You know what? I think so because this is week number 2 that he's done this.
Yeah.
He was nice the week before, and they forgot about that guy. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Shout out to them. I remember him in college, and I'm pretty sure that everybody went to YouTube and looked this dude up and was like, "Who was this guy?" When he got drafted, and dude was nice at old Rutgers.
Right.
I remember that. So, yeah, now old New Jersey handling biz. I think he will continue it with the way this offense is. Once again, you got to remember their head coach, Ben Johnson, the mad scientist of the offense. He knows how to make offenses. And even with Chicago being the way that they've been as a team, he's made that offense fluid. That offense is good. They move the ball. It's just
Yeah.
they don't have the defense to match it, unfortunately.
Mm,
And
better
some
than
of
the
the
Bengals.
yeah, and there you go.
A smidge better than the Bengals, just enough
Right,
better.
right. And it's just
But
man, they
sometimes
got
that's all you need.
yes. I mean, I think they all went to the same school of thought that said, "What is sometimes a good offense, sometimes a good defense is a good offense," and
Yep.
they forgot to add some type of defense to it, and just had the offense. So that was it.
As long as
But
you
yeah,
can score 42 points, as long as the only guy, other guy only scores 40. So I mean,
yeah,
you don't matter.
yeah. So that's what they're doing. So Kyle Manunga,
Man,
good job,
guy. I love it.
Manunga.
Yeah, manga guy. Yeah, he's working himself into the offense. He has made himself. I think when Swift gets healthy and comes back,
Oh yeah.
it's going to be hard for them to really crack into being the number one again. But the nice part about it is look who his head coach is, and look who he had in a dual threat system,
Woo,
running
woo,
back
woo.
wise. So Swift comes back. You got Manungai and Swift second coming here. So I mean that he's going to bring that Detroit Rock City there to Chi-Town. So
Oh yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic play out too. And then also who Terrell Jennings, 44 yards, vulture to touchdown, a little over 11 points. Smitty, this has happened for years now. Can we ever trust a New England running back at all? This happened with Bill Belichick, and this continues to happen where you think you got one guy who's supposed to be Henderson. You're thinking, oh, he's going to break out. You got an injury. He's finally going to get his chance with Stevenson out, and Terrell Jennings, the guy off the practice field squad, out of the stands, they put him in and he gets a touchdown. So, will we ever be able to trust a New England running back ever?
I don't know about y'all. The last New England running back I trusted was Corey Dillon, and look how long he been out.
Whew,
So
that was a long
that's
time
it.
ago.
Until then, no, I don't. I mean,
Mm,
and it's not anything. I don't think it's anything bad about that. It's just the fact that Drake May is the hot hand, and that man is playing some very good football right now.
yeah,
So I don't think. I mean, not saying that the running game is insufficient because you need a running game to win. I
right.
mean, whoever wins the Super Bowl this year is going to have a running game that is worth it. Looking at you, Philadelphia, it happened last year,
Hmm.
and that's what has to be because everyone forgets the running game. But until then, no, don't trust it. Don't do it. Drake May is getting the ball out of his hands, throwing the football like crazy. he's cutting everybody up, kind of like what Sam Darnold is doing. I mean,
Right.
he's being surgical right now. Josh Allen is not the only elite quarterback in the AFC East. And
No,
so,
he's playing well, man. I give it to him. I needed to see something this year. He had some flashes.
right,
I didn't have him doing this, and that
man,
has been impressive. But yeah, man, that's the running joke in one of my fantasy leagues where we've been doing this for 15, 20 years now. We've
right.
been playing the same league. Um, we could never trust New England running backs,
Don't do
and
it.
we still can't trust New England running backs. And here we are years later. It's pretty crazy.
Right.
Um, I got another who. Again, we talked about the Seattle Seahawks, man. Torrey Holton, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns,
Whew.
a little over 20 points. Seattle Seahawks wide receivers on fire. And we talked about it for a second there, but is Sam Darnold in the MVP conversation?
Oh, he should be. I mean, I really think that he should be, but you also got to look at it as well too. When you got to put two guys on Smith and Jigba, you're gonna leave somebody open,
Right,
and that's what happened. I mean, no, not saying that Torrey Holton is a bad receiver. He's a pro for a reason. I
right,
mean, he's got talent. He's got some talent, but when you gotta look at you gotta look at Jackson Smith and Jigba. And you got to wonder where he's at all times because that man is on pace to have 2,000 rushing yards, I mean, receiving yards this year. My man is on fire.
right.
And, we're halfway
That's gonna
through.
leave somebody open.
Right. So, and that's what happened.
Yep.
They left my man, Torrey Holton, open, and he ate off of it. So good for him.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy to see that Seattle offense rocking and rolling
I'm
like they
scared of
are.
him. I'm so
Rocking
freaking
and rolling,
scared.
dude. I
Ugh.
would be nervous because if that 12th man comes back, I remember,
And they
the
were talking about that this
Legion
year. And
of
I was like, that's the
Boom.
last thing I want to hear.
You start hearing the Legion of Boom coming back. They used to
Ugh.
be one of the most difficult stadiums
Ugh.
to play football in with the echo and all that other stuff they've
I
been
hate
talking.
him.
So,
I hate him.
yeah, you get them guys rolling. Watch out now.
Bleh.
All right, another Who this weekend came out of nowhere, um, slid up there because of some injuries. My man Parker Washington for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 90 total yards, 17 points. You got no Hunter. Brian Thomas Jr. has been hurt. I think he's dealing with a little bit of a high ankle sprain. Can we see this kid become the new number one in Jacksonville?
I guess. I mean, I guess. Brian Thomas Jr., of course, Now we were talking about fantasy bus last week, and I totally forgot him because
Mhm.
even when he was healthy, it was like the ball was never getting to him.
Right,
Because
off year completely.
right, and it happens. I mean, and it happens. Stuff like that happens. You got to power through it. It is what it is, and I guess that he is. I need to see a little more. We got a small serving size. No, actually, not a small serving size. We got a good serving size of him from this week. We're halfway through the season right now. Let's see what else is going on, especially with the injuries that are going on that offensive side of the ball and Trevor
Right.
Lawrence being on again, off again.
Right, and again, we'll talk about this here in a second, but they did try to add some little bit of firepower to that too.
Hmm.
We'll discuss that in a second. So my last who, this was interesting to see, and we're going to stay in Jacksonville, but my man Cam Little, 3 for 3, 15 points, but more importantly, a 68-yard record-breaking field goal that probably would have been good from 70 something. He kicked that ball.
Yes.
That thing still kept going. It's not like he skirted by. He had a lot.
Yes.
Well, I guess a twofold question. My first question: should 60+ yard field goals in fantasy football be worth more points?
No. No.
Really?
I don't think
No,
so,
no
man.
bonuses
Because
for going over 60.
no, I mean because it rarely happens.
That's
Um,
why.
I get it, but then there's gonna be incentives for kickers now. We gonna have to see that going on. So I don't really think it should be. I mean, it's cool. I like it. I mean, it's a
Right.
great question, but I doubt it because of the It doesn't happen as much. I don't know if teams are going to gamble with that just to benefit you and me on any given week. I don't think so. And if that does happen, then Butker better at least try to kick a few since he's my kicker on my fantasy team and he's on the bye this week.
I don't think he has a 70-yard leg though. There's
No, he
very
doesn't.
few.
He
There's very
absolutely does
few.
not. He's got a 70-yard mouth, but he doesn't have a
Yeah,
70-yard
there's
foot.
very few guys.
So yes, but I I don't think so. I mean, because of the inability of it to happen as much as possible. So I don't think so.
Gotcha. Now I'm going to pose a question to you. I brought this up on the Gridiron Address. Shout out Aaron and Chris on Sunday. We did have this kick. Cam Little did break the record. Who, of course, held the record before him was an individual in Baltimore that is no longer with a team that has a little bit of a uh, tainted stain on his resume now with Mr. Tucker. Um, and I want to get your thoughts just real quick. And do you think the NFL was happy or relieved that somebody broke this record and they no longer have to recognize Mr. Tucker?
You can't tell me that somebody was in there thanking God after that happened because yes, they were thanking God like because it's bad enough that what he done. First of all, what he done was absolutely ludicrous and it was horrible. Why in the world do you have to go to work and then like for what happened you got to go to work and then wonder if you're gonna get touched inappropriately? I
Right.
mean that's not cool,
No,
so
not at
what
all.
he done was very very shitty, and I'll say that, and I'll go to bed and wake up in the morning and say the same thing the next day until it's all said and done. What he done was
Right.
wrong. He shouldn't have done that, and that was stupid. But the NFL is happy as could be because they don't have to say his name, and so good for them.
Right.
That's
And
what
I agree with that
happens.
too.
That's
I
what
think
happens.
they were jumping. I'm gonna say jumping for joy, but I think there
Oh
was
yeah,
definitely a big collective sigh of relief
yes.
because at least with the Deshaun Watson drama, he wasn't really attached to any records. There was no need to, oh, we got to scratch his name off a trophy. Like there was nothing you had to. He has now just kind of disappeared in Cleveland. I think they sunk him out somewhere out in Lake Michigan or something or Lake Erie, whatever's over there. One of the Great Lakes. They just plopped him in there and let him float to the bottom. But you didn't have anything attached to him. Whereas Justin Tucker had the field goal record attached to him. So you had to say his name anytime someone wanted to go up there and break the record. So now when someone goes up there to kick a 69 or a 70-yard field goal, you talk about Cam Little. You don't have to talk about Justin Tucker. So I know it's a sore subject. Innocent until proven guilty because nothing's really ever come out, even though a lot of the accusations are ridiculous, and I still don't understand either one of these gentlemen doing what they did. It just um, makes absolutely no sense, and you should not be playing. You should not play in a league. It's a privilege to play in the National Football League, and we have way too many players, not just in the NFL but in sports in general, who have done some things that I don't think deserve um, the privilege to play in a professional sports league for doing some certain things. But that's another story for another day. We'll get off the negativity again here. So I appreciate that. So we're done with the Who's. Every weekend we seem to get somebody new that pops up, and you go, "Well, wait, where'd this guy come from?" So it's pretty crazy, crazy weekend. And of course, coming out of the weekend, we had those guys who we were just completely man crushing on, and they were our studs of the week. Mr. Smitty, I know it's not going to be Mr. Taylor this week, so I know you're disappointed. I had the graphic kind of just ready, but 45 yards, a lackluster performance, and a loss. Maybe that's their one hiccup already. Get it out of the way. Daniel Jones looked like the Indiana Jones from the Crystal Skull. He didn't look like Last Crusade Indiana Jones. He looked like the old Indy. So that's a story for another day. But who is your fantasy stud of the week, buddy?
Well, first of all, I want to apologize to everybody who has Jonathan Taylor on their roster, including myself, because I had the bad juju. So that was my fault. Who's going to stop him? The Pittsburgh Steelers were. So that's exactly who did it. So there you have
JJ
it.
Watt is still good. JJ Watt is
But
still good.
but with that being said, I got to give my stud of the week to Mr. Get Right, Lamar Jackson. My man come back from being hurt. I thank God he came back because, good Lord have mercy, I'm gonna get to why I'm thankful that he came back in the starts and sits. I will tell you that in a minute. But 18 to 23 passing, 204 yards, and 4 touchdowns for 25.56 points. He was a catalyst of why I won yet again. I think it's been 4 straight wins for me right now. I think it's 4 straight. But Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson is
yeah,
why. Yes. Thank you.
yeah. And he's the reason why the Ravens can win because that defense is not helping them win. It's just still, again, another bad defense.
Yes.
But when he's on the field, he's dynamic as ever, and he shows why he's a perennial MVP. So I think the AFC North is on notice again. That don't let the Ravens get hot. Don't let this dude get going downhill, because Pittsburgh he gonna come up on your heels real quick. So that's a good one. Great stud of the week. Glad to see him back too, man. It's rough to not see Lamar Jackson in the mix because when you talk about the really good quarterbacks that we have in the league right now with Josh Allen,
Mm-hmm.
with my man Patrick Mahomes. You throw Jalen Hurts in there a little bit. He needs a little help, but you got to have Lamar Jackson in there. That trio of those guys, they're just all interconnected. He needed to be back, so glad to see him back. Great job, Mr. Jackson. So my stud of the week. Last week we had National Tight Ends Day. I'm running it back. We're gonna do it all over again. This is National Tight Ends Day Part 2. Because again, I watched that Bears game and we had a tiger killer out there. We had a guy that just broke the hearts of the Cincinnati Bungles. You made Joe Flacco cry. I mean, come on. But Colston Loveland started off a little slow his rookie season, but man, what a phenomenal game. 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, a little over 29 points, but no touchdown bigger than 17 seconds left. A 58-yard touchdown with, I think, half of the Cincinnati team where he was, and just nobody wanted to tackle him because I don't know, maybe they didn't see him. He's not big enough a kid, I guess. But a stud performance, none the least. Unfortunately, I played somebody else in one of my leagues and I left you on the bench, so I left 29 points on the bench, which we all know in fantasy is probably one of the most painful things there is, especially when you lose and when you have points on your bench. Guys, drop me some comments. You know what that feels like. Everybody who plays fantasy football knows the pain. It's like down below, just that low pain. You're just when you have 20 plus points sitting on your bench and you're just going, man, I made the wrong call. But man, awesome performance for Mr. Colston Loveland. Great rookie performance. And again, what a phenomenal touchdown to break the hearts of the Cincinnati Bengals. I think you're going to get some people fired with that. So, whew. Look, dude, I love tigers. They're an endangered species. You can't kill them like that, man. And you killed them. You killed them. So, man, and that was a heck of a game too. So, but you know what? We're gonna take a little halftime break. Guys, sit back, take a deep breath. I was, trying to brainstorm a little bit. Like to have a little fun here on Sideline Savants and on my shows, just to come up with some different stuff. And Came up with something I threw past my man, Mr. Smitty, because we are of kind of the same generation slash our mindsets are pretty similar, especially when it comes to musical interests. So I'm like, man, you know what? I don't think I've ever done a special draft on my show. I think we need to do that here. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on Sideline Savants, we are going to do a fantasy hip hop draft. We are going to pick our favorite MCs. We're not doing groups, we're just doing MCs. We're going to have our top, we're going to pick 10 MCs. And of course, being my guest, I always let my guest go first. So I'm going to let Smitty get the first pick. We're not going to do anything crazy here. But I have my list. I know he's got his list of guys. I wonder who I'm going to pick, who he's going to pick. So, guys, here we are. The first annual Sideline Savants Fantasy Hip Hop Draft. Mr. Smitty, who is your first pick in the hip hop fantasy draft?
I would be very remiss if I didn't pick this man right here, Mr. God MC, Rakim.
Oh, you
Number
already,
one,
you already
I had to
hit,
get him.
I
He's
already
my
hit my
favorite
list.
all-time trendsetter of hip hop. He's the reason why internal rhyming is what it is. Why these guys had to step their game up. The stoicism on the mic, probably one of the most. When MC means move the crowd, he said it himself. Rakim.
I said it before. Ooh, came through the door. Said it before.
Yes, sir.
And that's one of my favorites. I had to go on my list now because you already done first pick. You already done dug into my list.
I think I know your first one though. I think I do.
But my first one, I'm glad you didn't pick him. He is a student of Mr. Rakim. I think a lot of his rhyme style comes from him. I still think it is the greatest hip hop album of all time. Very close to 36 Chambers, but Illmatic. I'm picking my man Nas number one.
I knew.
Nasir Jones. Yeah, Illmatic, best album. I think the greatest hip hop song is New York State of Mind. To think he wrote that at like 16, 17 years old. Got the 5 mics from the source.
Yes.
Just it is pure hip hop. I'm not a get off my lawn guy. I don't believe in old school. I'm not an old school, new school. I believe that music is eternal. Yes. I don't think there's old music or new music. I think it's all eternal. It is all interlocking because you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. You talk about Rakim, you go all the way back to the Sugar Hill Gang. You go all the way back to some of the blues guys and, in the aughts. And, you just, with guys on the corners singing doo-wop, you wonder where hip hop comes from. So, but man, number one, I'm picking Nas. All right, who's your number two?
Man, number two. I'm a huge fan of this man right here. I'm a huge fan. Ask my sister. I bought almost every album. Number two, I got to go with Jay-Z.
Okay.
I got to go with Jay-Z. Now, I will say this. That Nas Jay-Z beef broke my heart because those two
a little ether
were interchangeable to me. I do say super ugly still sometimes because of that, even though Ether was the better track to me.
Ether, he burnt him.
It was bad. It was bad.
But that's hip hop. You hip hop ain't hip hop unless you got beef. I mean, even Prodigy and Havoc from Mobb Deep, they had some beef, and they were like a super group kind of deal. So I mean, everybody has beef. That with LL Cool J and Cannabis. That's just hip hop. Roxanne Shante. I mean, you go all the way back. I mean, that sells records. Tupac and Biggie, et cetera, et cetera. Unfortunately, their beefs got people killed, but that's a whole nother story.
All facts.
But anyway, yeah, Jay-Z. I mean, you can't knock Hove. I know he's been out of the music limelight with everything he's got going on right now, but yeah, man, solid pick. Solid pick. My number two. This is a tough one. Um, because there's a lot of great artists out there, man. And
Very.
um, I got to go a little more old school because again, I like knowing where I've been. He's one of my favorites. So I'm gonna go number two. I'm picking Big Daddy Kane because I think Big
Oh,
Daddy Kane
oh, oh,
was
Kane.
mhm,
Woohoo.
um, his rhyme style, his lyrics, again a little more raw but more polished. You know, especially
Yep.
back then, MCs weren't very polished, but he was really on point, sharp with his lyrics.
Mm,
I love some of his rhyme styles and his temper going through it. So give me Big Daddy Kane number two. Again, I gotta go. I'm bringing out the big dogs. I'm bringing out some of the historic guys here. So,
love it.
uh, who you got number three?
Oh man, once again, rocking a hard place, but I would be remiss if I didn't put Tupac in there.
Okay,
So
well, it's
Pac's
hard not
going number
to.
three. Got to go with Pac. I love Pac. Like the thing with Pac now, Pac was Pac is hip hop, yes, but I think he was more than hip hop. Pac was a movement. Just what he embodied, the
Right,
way that he was, his poetic style. Pac was one of those people that knew how to reach it. He could battle with you. He can rap with you. He can be a thug, but also too he can say something beautiful. He can turn it around. The story. He can tell stories all day long. That's what I love about Pac. Is just the intricacy of what he said. And I mean, Pac could rock a party, but then Pac could sit down and tell you a story.
right,
So gotta go
and,
with
and,
Pac.
and not very many people. I think was it. I don't know if it was NYU that had a class on him or something. It was
Yep.
either NYU or I think Harvard too
It was
did. I mean,
NYU.
you
You're right.
was it
Mm-hmm.
NYU? Okay, I just remember that. Tupac, what it impressed me about him is he knew how to play the game.
Yep.
Again, you know, nowadays with YouTube and all this other guys and revenue streams
Mm-hmm.
that can make a hip hopper or a rapper more money than the God. Back then, there wasn't a lot of that opportunity, and Pac knew how to play the revenue streams. He knew how to get in people's face. He knew how to um, get get into the news. He knew how to play it. He knew how to control the narrative. No one ever controlled the narrative on Tupac. He controlled his own narrative. So that was for a young hip hop culture back then. That was unheard of. Normally, you know, the production guys or the news or whatever, and just or the street magazines kind of controlled who you were. Pac wasn't having none of that. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, this is my world, and y'all gonna live in it. So that's a good number three, solid number three.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go probably one of, even though he's great, he's probably one of the most underrated lyricists of all time. And I got to shout out my man Redman. So I'm going Redman number
Ooh,
three.
Reggie Noble.
Reggie Noble,
Ah,
Funk Doctor Spot. Let's go.
yes.
Muddy Waters, the first one. I know he
Ooh,
just came out with the second Muddy Waters, but Muddy
yep.
Waters
Ho, ho,
for
ho.
me is a top 10 album of all time. He is what rocked the spot when he can rhyme. His
Mm.
voice and his inflection is perfect for hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
He's all over he can rap just about anything, and it makes sense. It sounds good. He pairs with other guys. You know, he's done stuff with Wu Tang. He's done stuff with other
Yep.
groups, and he just pairs with anybody. He can get on and do a solo joint. He can go on and do a spot. So I mean, give me Redman. That's my
Whew.
dog number three right there. Boom.
Love it. Love it. I
All right,
mean,
who's
that
your
Muddy
number? We got a
Waters
number.
album
Woo.
was incredible. The Rock
Number.
Wilder. Woo. Yeah. Stuff he
Who's
did
your
with
number
meth.
four?
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yep. That's good stuff right there.
Now, number four. See, I've been spending all my time up north and everything. I've been spending my time, I went to Bed-Stuy. I was in
Mm,
Bed-Stuy, then I went to the West Coast. I got to go back home. I got to go down south.
dirty, dirty.
I got to go down south, man. Andre 3000 and number
Ah,
four.
he was on my list. He's
Man, when
love some
when
Andre.
when Andre said, "I'm sorry, like Atari, who's the cousin to Kaliko," I'm done. I said that was perfect. That was
Yeah,
probably one of my favorite one-liners of all time. That was incredible, man. I mean,
that's
that
good.
Equipment Eye album
Mm,
was so good. The Stankonia album, ATLiens, Outkast was so great, but Andre was one of those guys that can go on someone else's album and just absolutely kill it, destroy it. You wouldn't,
yeah,
and his melody, the way that he was able to sing his lyrics, the drawl. That's where that southern drawl comes from,
Southern
right there.
drawl, man.
He's
Yeah,
able to sing his lyrics, even when he raps, he can sing his lyric. That's what makes him so dynamic, and the wordplay, all that. I mean, Andre's in my top five of lyricists of all time.
there's certain hip hop artists where you close your eyes and they fit their city.
Yes.
And Andre 3000, ATL, that
Mm.
whole Southern vibe, the Georgia vibe, um, he matched it. He knew it. He put them on the map. He made when the East Coast and West Coast, you talk about New York, you got the West Coast guys, even the Houston guys, and some of the other dirty South. But he put Atlanta on the map. Southern playlistic, Cadillac, funky music. Oh, I still love that shit. Yep. Damn, that's a good one, dude. I had him on there too, so I love it. Andre, come back. I love the flute stuff.
Yeah.
I appreciate you growing as a human being and your
Right.
spirituality. I love it. I love that stuff, especially the older I get, the more I kind of get in tune to that stuff too. But man,
Same.
go find Big Boy.
Yes.
Come back. We need an album.
Need
All
another one.
these popcorn, auto tune, YouTube junkie. We need you back.
Yes.
We need Outcast back.
Come on back.
Please,
Come on back.
please bless us.
Yes.
Sing me a song, man. Um, all right, so I got to go number four. Number four. Here we go. The guy that said greatest of all time. It's hard to not put him up there. He has. He has. He has hit in 5 major decades. And I gotta go with my man. Ladies love Cool James.
He was one
LL
of
Cool
mine.
J, number four.
Ah,
Yeah, man. LL.
Queens. Mm.
Around the Way Girl. I still
Woo.
see that shit comes on in the car, dude. I roll the windows down and blast it. I still rock it. Some of the stuff, and he come out, greatest of all time, Mark on My Arm. Again, it just, and then he dropped the joint with, was a murder, okay, murder
Well,
something. What the heck was
Murdergram.
it?
Yeah, Murdergram.
Murdergram. Man, I couldn't spit it out. Murdergram there
That's
with
Mama said
Eminem.
knock you out.
Yeah. He, 5 decades for
Mm.
for someone to chart for 5 decades is that's hip hop god.
Beautiful. Yeah,
LL Cool J, number
man.
four. Let's go.
He was one of mine, but hey,
Mm,
I get it. I mean, he was one of the reasons why I wanted a Jeep when I was a kid. Backseat of
mm,
my Jeep. I
woo.
mean, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yes.
Going back to
Oh man, number five, man. I gotta go with Big. I gotta go with Biggie Smalls.
okay.
So Big is one of my favorites. I love Big. I still think my favorite Big song of all time is Unbelievable. That
Mm,
DJ Premier beat,
right.
and Primo, one of the greatest producers around. Big
Mm-hmm.
just ripped that up. Then when he talked about he did the track with Method Man,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember watching that documentary, and he said he went in there with Meth. He come out the studio and he looked at Big, and Big looked disappointed. He said, "I think Meth got me." So that made me laugh right there, man. I love that. But Ready to Die, wonderful album, great album. Hate that Big didn't last as long as he did because
Gone
Life
too
After
soon,
Death
man.
was a
Gone too soon.
classic.
Yeah.
Yes, that two classic albums. I mean, Big was nice, but Big number five. Let's go Big.
And I miss the man. I wish he would be still around because I think
Yep. Oh
he'd
yeah.
still be dropping hits right now. So let me see here. My number 5. Who am I going to pick here? You know, again, we're teaching out there. We're letting we're kind of being some older gentlemen. We're letting the youth know. We're kind of schooling them a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
we need a teacher. So I'm going to go number 5. My man KRS-One. I love me some
Ooh.
KRS-One. Um, again, dropping knowledge. I'm writing everything down. He's my pick here. Um, uh, rappers, the Rapture, when he
Oh,
started doing that joint. Um, MC, man, he is, again, you talk about street poetry,
oh yeah.
pure, um, standing on the corner. You close your eyes when you listen to a KRS-One song. You are on the corner in New York City. I mean, that's just it. You're in the park. Someone's playing the radio. You standing by the fountain. You chilling.
Oh yeah.
Like and then someone, you got the guy there dropping knowledge, rapping, not just rapping about cars and chains and all this stuff, rapping about
Oh
knowledge
yeah.
of self. So shout out KRS-One, keep dropping them. He's still dropping them. He over 50 now, still dropping them. So guys, go out and listen to some old school KRS-One, man. Criminal Minded, one of the classic hip hop albums, man. Love me some KRS-One. That's my number 5, man.
Oh man, that's perfect. That was wonderful. Got to give it to him. And now number 6 for me, got a Midwest it right here. You know, although I do kind of feel that he's a little overrated now, looking back on it, man, Marshall Mathers was that dude, man. Eminem.
Oh, you took my dude. He's
Ah,
next on the list. Oh,
man, Marshall Mathers is that dude, man. I
yeah.
tell you, a big time historian of hip hop. You could tell that
Yes.
he was immersed in it, and just how he came in as a joker. He came in funny, goofy. That was I see what he did there, and that was cool. He came in there good, but then he showed people he could rap.
Yep.
Then
That
he
kicked
pretty
in the
much was
door,
like, good.
man.
You got the jokes, you got the funny. Now you're gonna see that I can actually rap, and my man
Right.
can go. My man can ball. So Marshall Mathers. Now
He
gotta
got
go with Marshall Mathers. Eminem number 6. There you go.
he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
He is, to me, I I mean, you talk about the Mount Rushmore of hip hop, of people who made such an impact to it. Eminem, not just with that, but he was good. He's a lyricist. He's a great
Yes.
writer. I love listening to the joint. Was it um who was it? Not corrupt. Who was talking about that? My mind's not working right now, man. But he talked about how he wrote "Things Ain't the Same for Gangsters" for Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah.
That Marshall Mathers wrote that joint.
Yeah.
Um, and so you look at him. It's hard to not. I know he gets knocked for being a white boy, whatever,
Hmm.
but he's not. He did his own thing. He didn't come in rapping about stuff he didn't know about or wanted
Right.
to be about. He rapped about stuff he knew. He met made living coming out of trailer park cool.
Yeah.
Um, his come up and just what he has done and what he has created. Then with D12 and 50 Cent and kind of putting guys on too. It is hard to not talk about the history of hip hop and how much of a force that Eminem is and was, and what he has done for the genre. He kind of made um, suburban kids it's okay to listen to hip hop, and
Yep.
to break that kind of barrier and to be accepted um, into a genre which for me was always tough too, being a white kid in
Right.
the neighborhood. it was hard to listen to that music and not be made fun of or not be called names.
Yeah.
I've been called the W word before, so I mean, I
Yeah.
just a little bit uh, of of a feeling of what it is, but man, he made it cool. And yeah, it's hard to put him, to not put him up there in the pantheon of great hip hop artists because he's good. You
Yeah.
can't knock him. He sells albums, but it's not because he's fake and doing some fake shit. He's
Right.
good. So
He's doing what he does. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
that's a
for
good
real.
one, man. I got to take him off my list now because you don't took him. Um, All right. I got to throw something a little different because I got to rep. I mean, I've been repping NY here with most of
Right.
my picks. So now I got to make sure I throw this one in here because he was one of my favorites back in the day, too. I got to put Houston on the map here real quick. I got to throw my man Scarface in there. I love me
That was
some
my number one
Scarface.
mine.
Yeah, I got to throw Scarface in there.
uh,
He's my number 6 right now. Oh,
mm,
I love just his tone of voice,
yep.
his rhyme cadence. Again, repping that Houston style. I
Love
stay alone in
face.
my room looking at candles. I mean, come on, man. How can you not? That's one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time here.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, you start hearing that song, like you got it. So I got to give shout out Scarface again, guys. Learn your history. Go
Oh
listen
yeah.
to some Scarface albums. He drops it, and he's pretty deep too. You listen to some of his lyrics, the way he talks, and some of his lyricists. Um, he is phenomenal. Again, one of the greatest of all time. My cat's over here knocking stuff over. Um, but go check out Scarface. So that's my number 6. All right, man. We getting close, man. There's some good names left on
Oh
here on the
yeah. There's
board.
still more. There's
There's
still
some
more meat
names
on
on the
the bone.
board.
Number 7, and this is a personal one for me. I got to go with Jadakiss at
Oh,
number 7. I got to go with
oh,
Jada. Not
oh,
and the reason why I got to go with Jada is because Jada Still Feel Me is one of my favorite
uh,
rap songs of
yeah,
all time.
yeah,
When
man.
Jada at the end of it, so when he said at the end, he was like, "Still real B. That's why I want you to still feel me." And that dude said, "One, I'm out." I loved it because I felt it. That whole
Yeah.
the way he ended that song, the way he ended it, it was so good. So Jada got a fan for life after that, though, for real. Like I
Shout out
love,
D. Shout out D Block. Yes.
I loved it, man, for real.
Yep.
Jada.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. You done stole one of my other ones too, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. My number 7. Number 7. Man, there's some good ones left here, but it's hard to pick here. I gotta go with. Look, I'm repping my Wu Tang shirt. I remember buying this album when it first came out, and I played that shit so much. I probably popped 2 tapes. I had to buy it a couple of different times because we played it and rewinded it. Because this is before CDs, guys.
Right,
This is
right, right,
before MP3. This is
right,
before digital download. You
right.
had to get your pen or pencil and twist the tape a little bit, whatever. If you were lucky enough to have a sweet updated cassette deck, you can kind of fast forward through certain songs. But man, my man, uh, I gotta go with Raekwon. The
Woo.
chef, the purple tape,
Mm,
one of the
mm.
greatest hip hop albums of all time. It's in my
Whew.
top 5. Again, his rhyme style, his lyrics, his pace, the way he can jump in and out with
Mm.
other artists and stuff too. The way he meshed again with Wu Tang. Uh, the greatest hip hop group of all time, but whatever, you
Yes.
got to put that up there. I think 36 Chambers is my second greatest album.
Mm.
Again, you talk about albums that have changed the game. I got Illmatic as one,
Yep.
36 Chambers is second as
Yep.
far as changing the whole game. But man, Raekwon just dropped a new album here too. Here again, over 50, still spitting. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Love it. So that's my number 7.
Oh man. Now I gotta go with number 8. Number 8, I gotta go with Kendrick. Gotta go with
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. Gotta go with Kendrick. I mean, with all that we've been talking about, most of our guys, some of the kids that probably listen to us, like yo, why you not saying anybody that we know that we grew up with? And Kendrick Lamar to me is just he is timeless. Like from the first time I heard Good Kid, Mad City, what an
Right.
album! That was such a good album. I mean that won me over with Kendrick was Good Kid, Mad City. Just how good that album was. Forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Kendrick did it. I was working in the school system around that time when kids was listening to it and everything.
Right.
And one of my kids, I never forget, one of my students, I was getting to the ride, ready to go home, and I had Good Kid, Mad City playing. I had that album. One of the kids, I went to school the next day. One of the kids was like, "Mr. Smith, I heard you listening to Kendrick," and I was like, "Don't tell nobody." So nah, I'm just playing. Tell everybody. That's what I do. And
They know
it
you're
was
cool now. They know you're cool. Like Smitty cool now. He's
but it
dropping
was
some shit. He cool now.
oh, it was good, man. It was good. So I got to go with Kendrick, man. Number 8. I go with Kendrick.
I appreciate that. Again, someone who is up the game, in these modern times, filled with a lot of Bruno Weezy, cornball rappers out there, guys that are YouTube, Instagram muscles, and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Kendrick fights through all that and comes out on top,
Oh yeah.
especially. So I can definitely dig that. Man, all right. So I got to get my number 8. Number 8. Ooh, I got some good guys. I got a few guys that just. Um, I'm gonna go with it. All right, you talk about hip hop voices. For me, true hip hop rap, I need to close my eyes and I gotta feel their voice. There's certain guys out there that you listen to them rap and they sound like they rapping like they got like either a tin can or their nose is like I mean just some of the stuff. But my man Guru. Shout
Ooh.
out Keith Elam. Rest in peace,
Ooh.
man. Rest in peace to Ballhead Slick, half of Gangstar.
Yeah.
I got to go with my man Guru.
Mm.
Wow, with my monotone style, his
Yes.
voice, his voice, the way he rapped, the way he
Smooth.
just put it together, and then Primo on the beat,
Yes.
um, goosebumps,
Uh. Uh.
goosebumps. Just some of the music he came with, full clip, and then some. Um, I miss him. I wish he was still around. Gone too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think he was throat cancer or something like that.
Yep.
That got him. But man, I love me some Gurizzi. Jazzmatazz, he did some stuff on the side too, where he really
Yes.
loved that jazz, that funk.
Mm.
Was originally from Boston, wasn't even a New York guy, even though he's kind of labeled as a New York guy. He wasn't originally from New York, but he was accepted just because of how wonderful he was. But love Guru, that's my number 8.
Oh man, beautiful. So number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
I had to fight through this one a little bit because 9 and 10 were kind of rough. But number 9, I gotta go with Fred the Godson,
Okay.
and he was gone too soon. One of my oh my gosh, man, Fred was just so metaphorical when that man said he said you riding with the devil, put you in that Louis, you in LV, I'm the rebel. I was like, oh man, this dude is good. This dude is good, man. It's just his wordplay is out of sight, out of beautiful. I love this mixtapes. Got all his tapes, and then unfortunately my man passed away due to COVID. I hate that so much.
Right.
That was rough. But Fred is tough, man. That Funk Flex freestyle, he won me over already. I didn't have to hear nothing else after that. That man can
Right.
spit. He is a lyricist all day long. Give me Gordo Frederico.
Yeah. I mean, again, probably underrated. Probably not a lot of people know him. So guys, Google that shit.
Yes.
He's got them words.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I got to piggyback off of that too. It sucks that we've got a bunch of guys gone too soon. But man, my number 9 pick, I got to go with my man DMX.
Ooh.
Gone way too soon. You talk about one of the
Mm.
best selling hip hop artists
Yep.
was probably through one of the toughest eras of hip
Yeah.
hop to sell records with Nelly and some of the other dudes that were out there that were selling out here. 50 Cent, you know,
Yeah.
you had that whole thing going on there, where hip hop was really hitting mainstream, and DMX Street just came through all of that and just with bangers here. What's My Name? Still, dude, I'm tell you what, you don't play What's My Name from DMX and you don't feel like you want to just punch somebody in the face,
Yes.
you ain't you're not listening to hip hop the right way. Cause man,
Mm.
that song gets you hyped up and get muscles. Like that
Yeah.
song you just feel swole. You get swole up when you hear that song, dude. that boom boom.
Yep.
And to hear the stories, I love watching some of these. Of course, you see a lot of these stories online now where DMX would come out and do the growl when he was
Yeah.
doing, and and like Method Man and those guys were like, dude, we gotta follow you. You came out here and shut the crowd
Right.
down. And then so hearing some of them stories about him, but dude, lyrical again, a voice that nobody else could copy, no one could out
No one
touch
could.
him,
Yes.
and just a great selling. And again, spiritual. He made you hyper. He made you think. He made you pray. So
Yes.
DMX, that's my number 9.
Oh man. More to a Song is one of my favorite DMX songs of all time.
Mm,
I
good
mean,
stuff.
love that song, man. Love that song. And then we got to the last. And this was tough
And it's
because
hard
there's
picking
still
10 guys. It's hard. It's hard to like
yeah,
just to narrow them down because there's so much. There's so much great stuff out there, dude. This was tough.
there's still more meat on the bone, but I'm gonna
Tons
go
of it.
ahead and end it with a North Carolina boy. With the North Carolina Fayetteville, North
Okay.
Carolina.
Hey,
3 hours away from home. Gotta go
okay.
with J.
Okay.
Cole.
Oh.
Number 10, baby. Number 10, J. Cole.
Okay. And again, kind of thought of as a New York guy, even though
Yep.
not
Went to
really a New
St.
York
John's.
guy.
He
Yeah.
went to St. John's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went to St. John's with college there. So yeah.
Respect that.
Played him a little ball, but played him a little ball. But my man got in there, got on Rock Nation. I mean, off the mixtapes to warm up, to come up. Friday
Right.
Night Lights.
Love it.
Still 3 I bump to this day. Love J. Cole.
Love it.
Definitely love J. Cole. Great album, great lyricist, great storyteller, bringing the real back. That's what he done. So J. Cole.
I like it. I like it. Man, number 10's tough because there's some dudes left on my list that are just
Ha.
that I love, that love. Like
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
grew
know.
up like um so it is really, really tough. But I'm gonna have to pick the one guy that made me fall in love with hip hop. I still remember the day I bought Low End Theory
Ooh.
and I sat there and played that tape. I think I was a sophomore in high school, maybe a
Oh
freshman in
yeah.
high school. I think it was 91.
Oh yeah.
And I sat there and listened to that tape. I got a pen and paper out and started writing the lyrics to everything.
Oh man.
Um, Excursions. We got the jazz. Man, just and on. That Low End Theory again in my top 5 albums of all time. I'm going to put my man Q-Tip on there. His production. He produced
Yes.
a lot of bangers, man. He produced. Nas did the "Whose World Is It" remix. The
Yep.
Q-Tip version is still one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Ooh.
But Q-Tip, of course, Tribe Called Quest. Rest in
Yep.
peace, Fife. Miss you. I wish they could come back, but unfortunately, with no Fife. But Ali Shaheed Muhammad.
Right.
Just I remember listening to this album, and I was living in Florida at the time, so you didn't get a lot of New York stuff down there. Man,
Right. Right. Right.
it was all Booty Shake, and it was all
Yeah.
Miami Bass. Two Live Crew was it was all that kind of stuff, but that wasn't my thing. And then you heard a little bit of Run DMC because that that broke through a little bit. So, but my boy played Low End Theory for me,
Mm.
and I ran out and bought the tape.
Beautiful
I'm
album.
like, dude, what
Beautiful
the
album.
hell is this? Like,
Yes.
I flipped out, dude, and I wrote down again. I just skirt from a young and the laid back tongue, the anus to deceive, and that cheat at 21, just like Ringling Brothers, amazing astound. I mean, just
Mm.
dude, we do it for the strong, we do it for the weak, booming and you're booming and you're booming. I mean, just like all of a sudden I was in love. Like I fell in love with hip hop, with Q-Tip's voice, with his rhymes, um, with a Tribe Called Quest, but especially just the feeling that they sung about, the vibe that they gave off, and it was over from there. Like I just started branching off. Tribe Called Quest led to the Jungle Brothers, that
Ah,
led to De La Soul, that
ah.
led to, that just went down past, and next thing you know, Nas hit, and then next thing you know, Wu-Tang hit, and then next thing
Mm.
you know, it was it. And I mean, I love, you go to the boot camp clip there with my man, Black Moon, Buckshot Short.
Oh,
I'm just,
beautiful.
it just spread, and then Karis one. It became, my world went from this to Google Internet,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
because of that. So number 10, Q-Tip, shout out, miss you, dude. I would love to see you come back. So that's my fantasy draft. Smitty, why don't you hit us with your list? Give me
Oh,
1 through 10.
man.
Give the folks 1 through 10.
1 through 10, man. I gotta start it off, of course, with Rakim, number one.
Oof, good one.
I started with Rakim. Number two, had to go with Jay-Z.
Yep.
And then number three, had to go with Tupac. And then number four, see the bad part about it, this is what happens when you don't write your stuff down right there. You don't write it down. You don't remember who you have. But I got Andre 3000 number four.
2000. Yep.
Then I got Big at number five.
Yep.
Then at number six, who did I have at number
Yeah,
six? Who did I have?
Eminem.
Yep,
Eminem.
M. I had M at number
Yep.
six. Number seven, number seven. Who did I have? Number seven.
Jada.
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 Had
Uh-huh.
Jada number seven. Then I had Kendrick at number
Yep.
eight.
Yep.
Then at number nine, who was it? Number nine.
Fred the
Yeah, Fred.
Godson.
Fred. I had Fred at number nine, and then number 10 I had J Cole.
J. Cole. That's a
But
good list, guys. That's a good list.
when
And
you
there's so
said
much more.
Q-Tip, but when you say Q-Tip,
Mm.
that's my album.
Midnight Marauders.
Midnight Marauders.
Love
Woo!
that song, man.
This was
Played the
my
heck out.
album.
Played a
I
lot.
love
Played
that
that
album.
song over and over again too, man. Played that thing over and over again.
Love that
But of
album.
course, my list, number one was Nas. Number two, Big Daddy Kane.
Mm.
Ain't no half stepping.
Aha.
Number three, Redman. Funk Dr. Spot. You jingling, baby. Number four, LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool Jason. I'd throw that in there. Then I had, KRS-One, the teacher. We got to put some knowledge on there, put some respect on the KRS.
Yeah.
Then I had to throw Scarface in there because we got to show Houston some love there.
Please, love.
Then I had Raekwon because Purple Tape, dude. Purple Tape.
Love.
Incarcerated Scarfaces. Come on.
Yes.
Politic Ditto. Come on, man. Oh. Then my man Guru. Shout out. Rest in peace. Then I had to throw in DMX. Again, shout out. Rest in peace. Gone too soon. And then my boy Q-Tip, dude. So that is our inaugural first annual hip hop fantasy draft, guys. Let us know what you think. If we are missing somebody, throw us a comment, throw us a question here. Let us know what you're thinking. So I appreciate it. That was our halftime. A little long, but who cares? We had a lot of fun with it too.
Good.
So we good. So now we're gonna get back to this regularly scheduled program. And we're going to get into our starts and our sits. So, my man Smitty, who you starting this week?
All right. So, once again, I'm going with a pretty deep list right here. Who you start at quarterback, you got three. Josh Allen. Why would you not start that dude after playing a tough...
Yeah, he made me look stupid on that Chiefs defense.
Listen,
Thanks, guys.
I get it. I know. I mean,
Thanks.
for real. I had Kansas City over. I thought Kansas City was going to do the thing, But, man, once again, now all the questions in the world are, is Kansas City done? Are they finished? And we're going to hear that, of course. But Josh Allen showing why he is the reigning MVP of the league.
Yep.
And also, too, play Bo Nix. If you got Bo Nix, go and play him. He playing them Raiders. He playing them Raiders. So, yeah, go ahead and play
Divisional
Bo
game.
Nix.
Divisional game.
Yes, I mean, that's what scares me a little bit because, in the divisional games, and of course, Thursday Night Football, the under has proven to be something. So we don't know. But play Bo. I think Bo will be fine. And then Caleb Williams, play Caleb Williams. He's got the mad scientist Ben Johnson out there, handling biz on that offensive side of the ball. And he has been finding his guys. And of course, Colson Loveland been getting it in. So, yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
course. So, yeah, go ahead and play Caleb at the quarterback position. And at the running back position, I slept on my man because I didn't think that they were going to do it this week, but they did it. My man Rico Dowdle, go ahead and play that man. He playing the Saints.
Yep.
And you want to talk about a defense? Where is
None.
it? Where is
None.
it? There ain't none. So yeah, play Rico. You're gonna be fine. James Cook the third. Now, if Josh Allen, now see, this is the thing right here. Gotta ask this right here. Is Josh Allen and James Cook the third, Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas made all over again? I don't
You
know.
gotta get the 4 Super Bowls before you get into that. You can't. Look at what
True.
Kelly and Thomas did. I know they didn't get a chip, but what they did to get to 4 Super Bowls,
Man.
no one circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. So, Josh has to make a Super Bowl first. So
True.
let's first things first.
True.
Can't put yourself there yet until you get there.
Yeah, they putting up numbers. They putting up numbers though. So James Cook the third, go ahead and put him in there. Jahmyr Gibbs, play him. Definitely play him. They got to do the get back game. They got the get back game after the debacle with Minnesota. I think that they'll be okay to play Jahmyr Gibbs at the running back position. Wide receiver, go ahead and give me Justin Jefferson. Put Justin Jefferson in there against the Baltimore secondary. I don't know what they're gonna do with this man. It's gonna be scary. JJ gonna throw the ball. He gonna be fine. But Justin Jefferson, go ahead and do that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, go ahead and put that man in there. Don't worry about last week. The Sun guy gonna be fine. And Drake London, man, what a game he had this past week. Go ahead and put him in
Almost
there
got
with
my
man.
stud of the week. Almost got there. He was close.
Oh yeah,
He was
go
close.
ahead. Go ahead and plug him in there because my man Michael Penix, mightier than the sword, is gonna make sure he get the ball at the receiver spot. And then at the tight end spot, I didn't give this man a lot of love. I told y'all to sit him last week, but the man went off. Go ahead and put Dalton Kincaid in there at the tight end position. And your boy Colston Loveland, put him in there. I had him as a sleeper tight end, and that man did not just go to sleep. He woke up and showed up. So my man did that. And Dallas Goedert, put him in there because they're playing Green Bay on Monday Night Football. And I'll get to them later. But those are your starts for Podcast Smitty.
I like it. I can't go wrong with that. And let's get into some of my starts here real quick. I'm throwing in my boy Jackson Dart, man. Almost 28 points against a good San Francisco defense.
Yep.
Even though they lost, Jackson Dart still putting up points. He's going against Chicago, where that defense is a little suspect. So I think Jackson Dart's going to have a running touchdown. I think he's going to have a passing touchdown. So start him this weekend. RJ Harvey against Vegas. He's not doing a lot in the running back room, but he's catching a lot of passes in the passing game. He had a little over 16 points against Houston, which is a good defense. Number one scoring defense in the league. So he is a receiving threat. And I tell you what, he's going to be catching some balls against that Vegas defense there because I think he's a good safety valve for Bo Nix. Wide receiver, Stephon Diggs. My man against Tampa Bay. Look, Booty's a little hurt. His booty's hurt. Right now he's kind of showing up a little bit with Drake May. They got a little rapport going on. So it is the old Stephon Diggs here. I think so. So you got to start Stephon Diggs. And then I got to throw in Luke Musgrave. Even though I can't spell his name. Luke Musgrave, for the Green Bay Packers, it is hard to watch that Kraft went down having such a great season.
Yes.
So Jordan Love's going to need a tight end to throw to. So Musgrave, he is he is a safety valve. Again, I talk about safety valves. I repeat myself a lot here, but he's going to be a guy that I think that's going to get, especially when they get in the red zone, he's going to get some cheapy touchdowns. So I think he's going to get some touchdowns. They need to score and score a lot against Philly this weekend. So those are going to be my starts for the week. And Smitty, who we sitting? Who we just not putting in at all? We're not even looking at them.
All right. I'm going to get to the quarterback position last. So I'm going to leave that last. But
whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to because I got a bone to pick with this guy. Now, at the running back position, do not play Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt. Do not do it.
Really?
Don't play him.
Overdue, Bill.
Do not play him because it's going to be a tough road for them. Marcus Mariota, will he be able to pass the ball? Will he be able to get it done on the passing end? Will he be able to do it? I think Ja'Cory might get overworked in this game. Don't do it. Don't play the man. Don't do it. Don't play Kamani Vidal. He made me look dumb last week. I mean, for real, it hurt my feelings. He made me feel dumb last week. Didn't do nothing. And Travis Etienne, stay away from him. Very tough defensive matchup this week. I wouldn't do it. Not my thing. Wide receiver spot, do not play Chris Olave. Don't play him. You definitely can't play Brian Thomas Jr. because he's hurt. So don't play him. But don't play Chris Olave. I think Carolina's defense is going to lock him down because honestly, it's Chris Olave and
nobody
Johnny
else.
Smith. And yeah, that's it. I mean, for real, don't play him. Don't even think about it. And don't play Romeo Doubs either for reasons you will find out at the tail end of this. And at the tight end position, do not play Jonnu Smith. But do not play Harold Fannin Jr. neither because I think that his understudy, who is going to be the sleeper coming up, I think he's going to get looked at a little more because Harold Fannin, he got doubled a little bit. He got shadowed a little bit. But at the quarterback position, do not play Jordan Love. And I can say this because he's on my spot. He's on my squad. I can say this. And I got 3 reasons why you don't play him. Because number one, my 2 losses, he was starting at quarterback and was lackluster in the game. Did not like it. He was my second loss. I shouldn't have lost. I lost by 8 points. He started, and that's why. And number 2, you made me like a fool this year when the Dallas Cowboys played and you tied with them. Even though I have a easy time making myself like a fool on YouTube, I don't need your help. You helped make me look like a dummy when tying with the Dallas Cowboys. Made me mad. And then number 3, I about played you this week. I about done it. The only reason why I didn't play it is because Lamar Jackson went up against Miami. And we all know Miami can't stop a tricycle. I doubted my home team. I doubted them. I about put you in, and you put up 10 points against the Carolina Panthers. You played with your food. You played with your food. You should have tore them up. You didn't do it. You're showing me you can't do it, and you're not on my team. I'm going to get Joe Flacco. He going to be my backup. At least he'll put up some points.
Man,
get out of here.
Totally hating on Love. Ain't no love.
No, he's
Jordan.
done. Get out.
Jordan. After the love is gone.
Yes, it's over.
How could you feed me wrong? Start singing on it. All right, so who am I sitting? Justin Fields. Man, the Jets keep jetting. They done traded away their whole team. No one wants to play for the Jets anymore. They are. If it wasn't for the Bengals defense, I mean, the Jets are just terrible. Worst team in the league. Embarrassing. And they're actually going against a really good Cleveland defense. So I ain't touching no Jet this weekend. I think the relevancy of Alvin Kamara as a fantasy football running back is all but done. He did absolutely nothing last week. He's going against a Carolina defense that when they show up, they can shut you down. There's not very many people left on there either. Shaheed just got traded to Seattle.
Yeah.
So they're really going to be hurting there. But Kamara, he's not the guy he used to be. Deebo Samuel, I don't think he's going to get the ball. I don't think he's going to see it. Detroit is mad, and they're going to just whoop up on them. the Commanders are deflated. That injury, I think, literally took all the air out
Mm.
of Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why it rolls into my tight end with Zach Ertz. The Commanders' offense has been decimated by injuries, and now they're just emotionally spent with losing their leading quarterback. So, those are my sits for the week, and of course it is getting a little late here. We got to stretch out a little bit. Um, I need to get some sleepers from you here because I'm feeling a little sleepy there, Mister Podcast Smitty. What you got? Sleeper
Here's who
sleepers.
you don't sleep on this week: Jacoby Brissett. Do not sleep
Starting
on him.
quarterback.
Don't do it. I mean, when you hit a slant pattern after after Marvin
Woo,
Harrison Jr. done shook old dude out of his shoes and CD Lamb is on the
Marvin,
sideline, like, whoa,
the sound of your voice,
that was
Marvin.
crazy.
Oof,
My
oof.
man's still there, and his shoes is still
Yeah.
on the field. He
I,
ain't
yeah,
in them
I
no
think they're
more.
stuck. Yeah, they just got to play
Yes,
around them now. Yeah, anything coming off.
absolutely.
Yep.
So
I
Jacoby
think they.
Brissett, put that man in there.
Mm,
And you know what, y'all? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Put Daniel Jones in there. It's
mm-hmm.
okay.
Oh, he's
Put him
fine.
put him in there. It's
One
okay.
bad game.
Yeah, one bad game. It was. I mean, it wasn't just a bad game. It was a horrible game. I
Yeah,
mean,
but you get
but you
one.
got to look at it like this too.
Steelers at home.
But you got to look at it like this too, though, for real. Even though the game was that bad, they did not lose by many, and Daniel Jones still put up 342 yards passing.
Mm,
So if it wasn't for the turnovers, there you go. When he accounted for five of them,
they'll get
that
that
was the
right.
that was the thing. He accounted for five turnovers, but he still threw for 342 yards
Yeah,
against a very stable Steelers defense. So hey,
right.
it ain't over yet. Don't put him out there. Don't do it, and don't sleep on Bryce Young because Bryce Young might be all right. He might
That's a
be.
home. That's a homer pick. A little bit of
It
a
is a
homer pick
homer
there.
pick, but so what? Don't worry, we'll get some more.
I think he
Cause
threw like 8 passes last week. He had
hey,
like 87
man,
yards.
listen, game winning drive, game winning drive.
Eh,
He was able to get
I
him
guess
in.
that's all you need. As long hey, you win the game, you win the
Exactly.
game. So
Game winning drive.
yeah,
And I'm going to go more
Even
homer.
Trent Dilfer got a ring. So I mean, you gotta hey, as
Yes.
long as you can manage the game, manage the
Yes.
game.
Don't blow it.
Don't muck it up, dude.
Don't blow it. That's
Don't
it.
muck it up.
Do
Let
not
your
blow it.
running back run and just don't
Yes.
muck it up. Okay.
Exactly. And I'm going to get even more homer because I think we're going to see Chuba Hubbard come
I
in.
hope so. He
I
killed me
think
last week.
I think
Absolutely
Chuba's
killed
coming
me.
in. Don't sleep on Chuba being in there because if they run the ball the way they're supposed to, Rico probably gonna have to take a breather, and Chuba gonna go in there and just go ahead and finish the job, finish these Saints off. So
Okay.
put Chuba in there. Tight end, Rondé Gasson the second. I don't know. I just like him. I mean, for real. Is his daddy? But he had a good week. He had
He
a
got
good
the
week.
juice.
So
He got the juice,
yes,
man.
he did well. And then David Njoku. Also, too, don't sleep on him. That's why I think that Harold Fannin might be one of the guys you might sit. You might put David Njoku in there. So go ahead and put him in there. Don't be shy. Receiver spot out. Pierce had a
Mm-hmm.
crazy good game.
He
Very
catches
good game.
he catches some deep balls, man. He is
Yes.
crazy. Yeah,
Yes.
he can't hit a short 5 yard whatever, but
But
man, you
nothing.
throw the ball 50 yards in the air and he can jump up backwards, whatever, and he can come down with the
Yes.
ball.
My man is there. So, yes, put out Pierce in there. Tedorora McMillan. Make sure you put Tedorora in there. I think that he can stretch that field. I think Carolina will open up the playbook against the Saints. And Alameda Zacchaeus in Chicago. Make sure you might put him in there at the flex. You may, because of course, you're digging into that waiver wire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're working the waiver wire just right, you might get your gym out of there. So put in Alameda Zacchaeus into the game. So those are the guys you don't sleep on.
All right. I like him. I like him. Although I think this smells a little cat cave. It smells a little cat cave-ish. I mean, I think he was just trying to make up for some stuff last week here. So I think he's trying to get on his guy's good. He's trying to get on his guy's good side here. So
those are the guys you can't sleep on.
All right, who do I got? Let's start. Let's go. Dylan Gabriel against the Jets.
Yeah.
Look, the Jets don't have no sauce no more.
No sauce.
They don't got rid of him.
Woo.
They are just nobody wants to play there anymore.
No one.
Bryce Young or Brees Hall did not get traded, but he don't want to be there.
Nope.
Garrett Wilson, he's still hurt. He don't want to be there. I don't think any of the Jets want to be there. I think the hot dog guy doesn't even want to show up to work. I think he's calling out sick and just doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
So I like Dylan Gabriel against that Jets team. I think this is this is going to be a nice game for him. I don't think he's going to be on fire, but if you're struggling, need either a second quarterback or need a quarterback and a bye. I like Dylan Gabriel. I think he's going to get some points this weekend. And I like Rashul Tunton for Jacksonville. I think he's going to start taking over a little bit. He had a touchdown last week going against Houston. So I think they're going to shut ATN down, but I think Tunton's going to come in and do some things. So I like him. And then again, piggybacking off that Jacksonville Jaguars, man, Parker Washington versus Houston. Again, that wide receiver core is a little decimated, although they did get the law firm that is Jacoby and Myers from Los Angeles. Geez, that's how old I am. From the Vegas Raiders. So we'll see Jacoby Myers in a Jacksonville uniform with all the injuries that they got going on with no Hunter, with Brian Thomas Jr. hurt. But I like Parker Washington. He stepped up last week. He had a great game. And then tight end. Those Rams, dude, the McVay effect, man, Matthew Stafford is very underrated as a quarterback, and his ability to get the ball down the field. You're looking at a really dangerous Rams team, and don't be surprised to see them in the damn Super Bowl again, because they are really good. Puka's healthy again. Devontae Adams done found the fountain of youth. He got a little Botox there in L.A., and now he's feeling young again. And you know what? Tight end Terrence Ferguson, he catching some balls, and they go against the 49ers. You know, he only had 7 points last week, but they're targeting him more. So I like when you get them targets. So, but those are my sleepers. Don't sleep. And don't sleep on Boom Broadcasting. Don't sleep on my man, Mr. Podcast Smitty. Let the folks know what you got going on this week and where they can find you.
All right. So it looks like we'll have the Cat Cave tomorrow, since Thursday I got a little bit going on. We're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers and how they blew the game. And that's what you get when you play with your food. That's exactly what you get when you play with your food. Yes. So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to get ready for the New Orleans Saints. Looking for that 6-4, still Carolina over 500. Happy about that. You know, it's rough doing a podcast when the squad is getting their butts kicked. But with that being said, that will be tomorrow night. And then on Friday, this episode of Quick Hits is going to be fun. I get to talk about a sport that I enjoy, and that is hockey. So it will be some hockey being talked about. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm going to intermingle some of the other sports into this. I'm editing it as we speak. It will be ready for Friday at 12 p.m. Looking forward to it. And of course, looking forward to seeing a little more of you on Sideline Savants. Enjoying being on this show with you, NY. Thanks for having me again. But as always, I'm Shannon Smith, and this is Quick Hits.
Blessed to have you on again, Shannon. Always, man. A lot of fun. And guys, again, you can check me Sideline Savants Wednesdays, 12 p.m. on demand. You can watch it at any time after 12. Check us out. Again, drop us some comments. Drop us whatever you got. What'd you think about our hip-hop draft on halftime show here? But you can also check me on 3 from Deep, because, again, the basketball season is now in full effect. So we talking basketball. I just did a show on Monday with our president, blessed us with an appearance, Mr. Michael Davis. He's a huge Heat fan, so it got hot here in the Calenzo cave down here talking some NBA. So you guys got to check that episode out. So, but get on Boom Broadcasting. Tell your friends, tell your family. I think we're only 4 away from 600. So you might be the one to get us over that 600 mark. So, guys, we appreciate you joining us. We love that you are supporting us here at the Moon Broadcasting family, and we will check you out next week. Smitty, I'll check you out again. I'm going to go listen to some hip-hop now, man, because I'm just Jones, and we've been talking about this. So I'll check y'all later. Peace.